Hi, welcome to the Bible in a Year Live Chronological Project podcast. Today is day 4 of week 17, and my name is Shane. We continue to read this week from the message, and today we'll be reading First Chronicles 7 to 10. Let's dive in. Lord, as we read today, I pray that you will speak to our hearts and glorify your name. Teach us something new about who you are, and help us to always reflect on your goodness, to give you praise with our lives, because Jesus Christ is Lord. Amen. First Chronicles chapter 7. The family of Issachar. The sons of Issachar were Tola, Pua, Jashub, and Shimron, 4 sons. The sons of Tola were Uzi, Raphael, Jeriel, Jahamai, Ibsam, and Samuel, the chiefs of their families. During David's reign, the Tola family counted 22,600 warriors in their lineage. The son of Uzi was Izrahiah. The sons of Izrahiah were Michael, Obadiah, Joel, Ishiah, 5 sons, and all of them chiefs. They counted 36,000 warriors in their lineage because they had more wives and sons than their brothers. The extended families of Issachar accounted for 87,000 warriors, all of them listed in the family tree. The family of Benjamin. Benjamin had 3 sons, Bela, Becher, and Jediael. Bela had 5, Esbon, Uzi, Uziel, Jerimoth, and Iri, all of them chiefs and warriors. They counted 22,034 names in their family tree. Becher's sons were Zemmirah, Joash, Eleazar, Elionai, Omri, Jerimoth, Abijah, Anathoth, and Elameth. Through these chiefs, their family tree listed 20,200 warriors. Jediael's son was Bilhan, and the sons of Bilhan were Jeush, Benjamin, Ehud, Kenaanah, Zethan, Tarshish, and Ahishahar. All sons of Jediael and family chiefs, they counted 17,200 combat-ready warriors. Shupim and Hupim were the sons of Er. Hushim were from the family of Aher, the family of Naphtali. The sons of Naphtali were Jaziel, Guni, Jezer, and Shalom. They are listed under the maternal line of Bilhah, their grandfather's concubine. The family of Manasseh. Manasseh's sons of his Aramean concubine were Asriel and Machir, the father of Gilead. Machir got his wife from the Huphites and Shuphites. His sister's name was Maacah. Another son, Zelophehad, had only daughters. Machir's wife, Maacah, bore a son whom she named Peresh. His brother's name was Sheresh, and his sons were Ulam and Rechem. Ulam's son was Bedan. This accounts for the sons of Gilead, son of Machir, the son of Manasseh. His sister Hamaleketh gave birth to Ishdod, Abiezer, and Mahalah. The sons of Shemidah were Ahian, Shechem, Likhi, and Aniam. The family of Ephraim. The sons of Ephraim were Shuthelah, Bered his son, Tahath his son, Eliadah his son, Tahath his son, Zabad his son, Shuthelah his son, and Ezer and Eliad, cattle rustlers, killed on one of their raids by the natives of Gath. Their father Ephraim grieved a long time, and his family gathered to give him comfort. Then he slept with his wife again. She conceived and produced a son. He named him Beriah, unlucky, because of the bad luck that had come to his family. His daughter was Sherah. She built Lower and Upper Beth Horon and Uzen Sherah. Repha was Ephraim's son and also Resheph. Tela was his son, Tahan his son, Ladan his son, Amihud his son, Elishama his son, Nun his son, and Joshua his son. They occupied Bethel and the neighboring country from Naaran on the east to Gezer and its villages on the west, along with Shechem and its villages, and extended as far as Iyar and its villages, stretched along the borders of Manasseh, were Beth Shan, Tanakh, Megiddo, and Dor, together with their satellite villages. The families descended from Joseph, son of Israel, lived in all these places. The family of Asher. The sons of Asher were Imnah, Ishva, Ishvi, and Beriah. Surah was their sister. The sons of Beriah were Heber and Malkiel, who had Berzaith. Heber had Japhlet, Shomer, Hotham, and Shua, their sister. Japhlet had Pasak, Bimhal, and Ashrath. His brother Shomer had Rokah, Huba, and Aram. His brother Helem had Zophah, Imnah, Shelesh, and Ammal. Zophah had Shua, Harnefer, Shual, Beri, Imrah, Bezer, Hod, Shammah, Shilsha, Ithran, and Bera. Jether had Jephunneh, Pispa, and Ara. Ulah had Ara, Haniel, and Rizia. These were Asher's sons, all of them responsible, excellent in character, and brave in battle, good leaders. They listed 26,000 combat ready men in their family tree. First Chronicles chapter 8. The family of Benjamin continued. Benjamin's firstborn was Bela, followed by Ashbel, Ahara, Noah, and Rapha, 5 in all. Bela's sons were Adar, Jerah, Abihud, Abishua, Naaman, Ahoa, Jerah, Shephupan, and Huram. These are the families of Ehud that lived in Geba and were exiled to Manahath. Naaman, Ahijah, and Jerah, who led them to exile, and had Uzzah and Ahihud. In the land of Moab, Shaharaim had children after he divorced his wives, Hushim and Baara. From his new wife, Hodesh, he had Jobab, Zibiah, Mesha, Malcham, Jeuz, Sakia, and Merima, sons who became heads of families. From his early wife, Hushim, he had Abitub and Alpaal. Alpaal's sons were Eber, Misham, and Shemed, who built Ono and Lod with all their villages. Beriah and Shema were family chiefs who lived at Aijalon. They drove out the citizens of Gath. Their brothers were Shashak and Jeremoth. The sons of Beriah were Zebadiah, Arad, Eder, Michael, Ishpa, and Joha. The sons of Elpaal were Zebediah, Meshulam, Hizki, Heber, Ishmerai, Isliah, and Jobab. The sons of Shimei were Jachim, Zikri, Zabdi, Elianai, Zelethai, Eliel, Adaiah, Beriah, and Shimrath. The sons of Shashak were Ishpan, Eber, Eliel, Abdon, Zikri, Hanan, Hananiah, Elam, Anthothijah, Ifdeiah, and Penuel. The sons of Jeroham were Shamsharai, Shushariah, Athaliah, Jaareshiah, Elijah, and Zikri. These were the chiefs of the families as listed in their family tree. They lived in Jerusalem. Jael, the father of Gibeon, lived in Gibeon. His wife's name was Maacah. Abdon was his firstborn son, followed by Zur, Kish, Baal, Nadab, Gedor, Ahio, Zecher, and Mikloth. Mikloth had Shimea. They lived in the neighborhood of their extended families in Jerusalem. Ner had Kish, Kish had Saul, and Saul had Jonathan, Malchi, Shua, Abinadab, and Eshbaal. Jonathan had Meribaal, and Meribaal had Micah. Micah's sons were Pithon, Melech, Tariah, and Ahaz. Ahaz had Jehoiada, and Jehoiada had Alemeth, Azmaveth, and Zimri. Zimri had Moza, and Moza had Beniah. Rapha was his son. Eleazar his son, and Azel his son. Azel had 6 sons named Azrikam, Bokeru, Ishmael, Sheariah, Obadiah, and Hanan. His brother Eshek's sons were Ulam, his firstborn, followed by Jeush and Eliphalet. Ulam's sons were warriors well known as archers. They had lots of sons and grandsons, at least 150. These were all in Benjamin's family tree. Chapter 9. This is the complete family tree for all Israel, recorded in the royal annals of the kings of Israel and Judah at the time they were exiled to Babylon because of their unbelieving and disobedient lives. The back from exile community in Jerusalem. This part kind of sounds like it's not a part of our chronology. That's possibly because we're reading the message. So I just wanted to make that highlight. But either way, we'll just read it. It might come back again, I'm thinking, when we get to the end of exile. But, anyways, verse 2 of chapter 9. The first Israelites to return from exile to their homes and cities were the priests, the Levites, and the temple support staff. Returning to Jerusalem from the families of Judah, Benjamin, Ephraim, and Manasseh were the following: Otai, son of Ammihud, the son of Omri, the son of Imri, the son of Bani, from the line of Perez, son of Judah. From the Shilonites were Asahiah, the firstborn, and his sons. From the family of Zerah, there was Jeuel. There were 690 in the Judah group. From the family of Benjamin were Salu, son of Meshulam, the son of Hodoviah, the son of Hesenuah, and Ibneiah, son of Jehoram, and Elah, son of Uzi, the sons of Mikri, and Meshulam, son of Shephatiah, the son of Reuel, the son of Ibnijah. There were 956 in the Benjamin group. All these named were heads of families. From the company of the priests, there were Jedaiah, Jehoiarib, Jachin, Azariah, son of Hilkiah, the son of Meshulam, the son of Zadok, the son of Meriaoth, the son of Ahitub, who was in charge of taking care of the house of God, Adaiah, son of Jehoram, son of Pashur, the son of Malchijah, also Maasai, son of Adiel, son of Jahazerah, the son of Meshulam, the son of Meshilemeth, the son of Immer. The priests, all of them heads of families, numbered 1,760, skilled and seasoned servants in the work of worshiping God. The Levites were Shemaiah, son of Hashub, the son of Azrikam, the son of Hashabiah, the Merarite, then Bakbakar, Heresh, Galal, Matanai, son of Mikah, the son of Zikri, the son of Asaph, also Obadiah, son of Shemaiah, the son of Galal, the son of Jeduthun, and finally Berechiah, son of Asa, the son of Elkanah, who lived in the villages of the Netophathites. The security guards were Shallum, Akub, Talmon, Ahiman, and their brothers. Shallum was the chief, and up to now the security guard at the king's gate on the east. They also served as security guards at the camps of Levite families. Shallum, son of Korah, the son of Ebiasaph, the son of Korah, along with his brothers in the Korahite family, were in charge of the services of worship as doorkeepers of the tent, as their ancestors had guarded the entrance to the camp of God. In the early days, Phinehas, son of Eleazar, was in charge of the security guards. God be with him. Now, Zechariah, son of Meshilemiah, was a security guard at the entrance of the tent of meeting. The number of those who had been chosen to be security guards was 212. They were officially registered in their own camps. David and Samuel, the seer, handpicked them for their dependability. They and their sons had the permanent responsibility of guarding the gates of God's house, the house of worship. The main security guards were posted at the 4 entrances, east, west, north, and south. Their brothers in the villages were scheduled to give them relief weekly. The 4 main security guards were responsible for round-the-clock surveillance. Being Levites, they were responsible for the security of all supplies and valuables in the house of God. They kept watch all through the night and had the key to open the doors each morning. Some were in charge of the articles used in the temple worship. They counted them both when they brought them in and when they took them out. Others were in charge of supplies in the sanctuary: flour, wine, oil, incense, and spice. And some of the priests were assigned to mixing the oils for the perfume. The Levite, Mattithiah, the firstborn son of Shallum, the Korahite, was responsible for baking the bread for the services of worship. Some of the brothers, sons of the Kohathites, were assigned to preparing the bread set out on the table each Sabbath. And then there were the musicians, all heads of Levite families. They had permanent living quarters in the temple because they were on 24-hour duty. They were exempt from all other duties. These were the heads of the Levite families as designated in their family tree. They lived in Jerusalem. The family of Saul. Now we go back to the chronology. Jael, the father of Gibeon, lived in Gibeon. His wife was Maacah. His firstborn son was Abdon, followed by Zur, Kish, Baal, Ner, Nadab, Gedor, Ahiho, Zechariah, and Mikloth. Mikloth had Shemiam. They lived in the same neighborhood as their relatives in Jerusalem. Ner had Kish, Kish had Saul, Saul had Jonathan, Maliki, Shua, Abinadab, and Eshbaal. Meribaal was a son of Jonathan, and Meribaal had Micah. Micah's sons were Pithon, Melech, and Tahariah. Ahaz had Jarah. Jarah had Alemeth, Asmaveth, and Zimri. Zimri had Moza. Moza had Beniah. Rephaiah was his son. Eleasah was his son, and Ezel was his son. Azel had 6 sons: Azrikam, Bokaru, Ishmael, Sheshariah, Obadiah, and Hanan, the sons of Azel. 1 Chronicles chapter 10. The Philistines went to war against Israel. The Israelites ran for their lives from the Philistines, but fell slaughtered on Mount Gilboa. The Philistines zeroed in on Saul and his sons and killed his sons Jonathan, Abinadab, and Malchishua. The battle went hard against Saul, and the archers found him and wounded him. Saul said to his armor bearer, "Draw your sword and finish me off before these pagan pigs get to me and make a sport of my body." But his armor bearer, restrained by both reverence and fear, wouldn't do it. So Saul took his own sword and killed himself. The armor bearer panicked because Saul was dead, then killed himself. So Saul and his 3 sons, all 4 the same day, died. When all the Israelites in the valley saw that the army had fled and that Saul and his sons were dead, they abandoned their cities and ran off. The Philistines came and moved in. The next day, the Philistines came to plunder the dead bodies and found Saul and his sons dead on Mount Gilboa. They stripped Saul, removed his head and his armor, and put them on exhibit throughout Philistia, reporting the victory news to their idols and their people. Then they put Saul's armor on display in the temple of their gods and placed his skull as a trophy in the temple of their god Dagon. The people of Jabesh Gilead heard what the Philistines had done to Saul. All of their fighting men went into action, retrieved the bodies of Saul and his sons, and brought them to Jabesh, gave them a dignified burial under the oak of Jabesh, and mourned their deaths for 7 days. Saul died in disobedience, disobedient to God. He didn't obey God's words. Instead of praying, he went to a witch to seek guidance because he didn't go to God for help. God took his life and turned the kingdom over to David, son of Jesse.